Hello, welcome to this update for Asia. Let's talk about two tropical cyclones that are threatening spots of Southeast Asia once again, and some more stuff because, as you can see here, there are a few fronts across spots of Russia, Mongolia, still with some snow. So here we have another depression storm heading towards the Philippines. It's the third storm in less than a month to hit the Philippines. I really hope this doesn't intensify a lot. So please be aware this will hit central Luzon, not northern Luzon like it was last time with Ragasa, but like central northernish Luzon. So please stay safe in those areas. And the last storm you had was actually like central Philippines. You went into the South China Sea. And that's the problem because this storm is also expected to go into the South China Sea in the same general vicinity of northern Vietnam and southern China, two areas that were recently hit as well. So if you are like southern China or like extreme northern Vietnam, please take this seriously as well because it will be a third storm in less than 1 month in those areas. And also, it's forecast to become a typhoon in the South China Sea. As of now, the forecast still might change, but for now, it could become a severe tropical storm near the Philippines and a typhoon in the South China Sea. But we'll see what happens with this in a few days, if it intensifies more or less, but it's already gaining some structure there. It's still a depression, but might transition to a storm tomorrow. So please be aware in those areas. And there's this cyclone there in the Bay of Bengal. It's a small cyclonic storm, nothing too crazy, and it's expected to be like a remnant low when it reaches the east coast of India. But as you can see here, especially on the satellite, there's this batch of very heavy rain and storms near the east coast now. So please be aware those areas, especially because if this goes inland, it will bring some very heavy rain, even torrential rain. So please be careful and more spots northern India as well. There are already some storms there. So please stay safe. The track for this one might be a remnant low into eastern India, and the models take it in that general direction. And the one near the Philippines shows 27W. Already has that same track I showed you, and possibly becoming a typhoon in the South China Sea. The models are also showing a consistent track in that same general area. So be aware those areas and already trying to strengthen some. So please be aware of these systems. And here, like in Western Pacific, the GFS has the storm there in the Philippines. It does intensify it to a pretty strong tropical storm. Maybe not a typhoon yet, because of the official forecast just has a severe tropical storm, but it might cause some trouble, especially if it goes down like the GFS to 974. It goes into the South China Sea and does try to strengthen a little bit more until southern China. So please be aware in those areas, especially because this is the third storm in less than 1 month. And then there's the European, much weaker. In some terms, this might be more realistic. Shows like this goes as a tropical storm over Luzon, and their strength is in the South China Sea, 981, possibly Category 1 typhoon, especially near northern Vietnam and China. So please be aware. And after that, you might be wondering, is there more? So for now, nothing else concerning, but the European does have a tropical storm near Taiwan, like in 200 hours or something near October 14th. So this is something to watch, but still don't stress about it now. There's the GFS has the storm there now. Later, does have some spin-ups far out to sea. And then by the 9th, the GFS does try to approach two systems towards Asia, but the GFS can be crazy as well. So don't mind that too much. But we'll keep watching because this might not be the last system of the season. So be aware, 5 days the rainfall in India is still showing as this depression goes inland, like 100 to 200 meters in a few areas in eastern India. So please stay safe in those areas. More spots near Bangladesh, some heavy rain, but especially in that other low pressure area across northern India into Nepal. There might be some very heavy rain as well. So please be careful, especially like 200 to 300, even like the Europeans all the way to 400 on the Himalayan footsteps. The GFS like barely nothing there, and it has the worst further east into northeastern India. The icon is in the same area as the Europeans on 300 meters, 300, 200. So please stay safe in those areas because most models are indicating some very heavy rain there. So be aware, and especially landslides and mudslides, because most times that this happens near the Himalayas, there can be some dangerous landslides. So be careful, and in other areas, does show also like Pakistan, northern Pakistan, possibly a few storms too, spots in northwestern India. New Delhi might get some rain as well soon. Not maybe not too much, but might get a few storms. And there's this other invest or depression, however you prefer to call it, across northwestern India, across like the northwestern panhandle and some areas. The icon is even like 200 meters near the coast, not areas. So there's this small depression in the Arabian Sea as well. Not a threat to land, but watching it. So be aware. And in other areas, does show across Southeast Asia. Those areas some heavy rain too, especially like across Hainan, southern China into Vietnam. So be aware there because of the typhoon coming. The exact strength still to be determined, but might be a high-end tropical storm into typhoon strength, especially in this area, the South China Sea. So be aware those areas, and especially in the Philippines because it's about to hit there in a few days. Shows 100 to 200 meters in a few areas. The European, the GFS even slightly more spots in northern Luzon, and the icon slightly further south, but there's some heavy accumulation there as well. So stay safe, especially flash flooding, landslides, and everything. And good thing this storm is not going towards the area that had the earthquake. But yeah, stay safe. There'll be more scattered showers and storms throughout the Philippines, Indonesia, and to Malaysia. Those tropical showers and storms. So just be careful, like usual, with like lightning, gusty winds, and some flash flooding. So be aware. Does show like in two spots of Pakistan, even Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, a little bit of precipitation, northern Iran, and in the Caucasus, some rain and snow. So be aware, Russia is mostly snow, maybe some rain as well. And does show across southern Japan some heavier showers because those fronts. This always happens. Like this low pressure system starts in central China, dumps a lot of rain, and goes towards South Korea and Japan. So I hope you're used to it because here shows another one with some very heavy rain from China and all the way to southern Japan next 5 days. So be aware. Alright, shows the storms in China there. This goes at the same time you can see the two depressions in India, one on the west and one on the east, and the storm in the Philippines. So this goes a strong system near South Korea and Japan with the rain Friday into Saturday. So beware, and the probable typhoon there as well, Sunday, and the heavy rain across northeastern India and Nepal. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. Does show just to compare snow accumulation. shows across the Himalayas and Tian Shan Mountains, but especially like shows like central China, the high elevations, across especially like southern China into northern Nepal, close to like 157 centimeters of snow because of the heavy rains that turns into snow in the mountains. So please be careful, some heavy snow there, northern Bhutan. Then does show already some more in the western Himalayas into the Hindu Kush, so be aware as well. More spots in Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan a little bit, and there in Russia, like Western Russia, still calm. It's pretty chilly there, but not as cold as Siberia. But the snow itself, a lot in the northeastern coast of Russia, like more spots central Siberia. In this area, southern Russia, like into Mongolia, northernmost China. So especially like this belt, southern Russia into eastern Kazakhstan, Mongolia, some more heavier snow from time to time. And central Russia, those fronts. So stay safe. Shows like here on the map, those fronts with snow and some rain, especially on the south side, more rain and some snow. And then does show like the end of this week. This snow across southern and southeastern Russia, and some local freezing rain in a few localized areas, but Saturday, Sunday, and still some more clippers there. So be aware in those areas, please be careful. And it does show like 1 centimeter or two of rain, so like 5 centimeters across Yemen from a storm or two as well. So be aware. And Turkey, because of those fronts in Eastern Europe that will pack a punch there. So be aware in Turkey, but we'll talk about in the European video too. So stay safe. And some long range does show some more heavy rain continues like most of Southeast Asia in a few areas. So be aware and stay safe. Especially the rain and the storms and the snow, but especially the typhoon, they'll be very dangerous. And be careful, like some local storm surge on the east coast of the Philippines, especially as it gets into China and Vietnam. There might be some higher storm surge. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful. Shows the temperature here, especially across Siberia, some minus 22 degrees, even to minus 23. So be careful, northeastern Russia, central Russia, and more spots in western Russia, right? It has a pocket of cold air too, and the cold goes down through the mountains until the eastern Himalayas and spots in Mongolia and other areas. So be aware it does warm up during the day some. The Russia is still cold in negative temperatures, but it does get less cold during the day. But shows in India still some tourists, especially into Pakistan. During the day, in the Middle East, it's much better, but still hot. A few spots to 42 degrees in Oman, Saudi Arabia, more spots there in Iraq, into central southern Iran, close to 40 degrees. So stay safe. And during the hottest time of the day in eastern China, does show spots even to 38, 37 degrees. It might be even some heat indices close to 40 because China is very humid. So please be careful. This late season heat wave across central southern China. Stay safe. And same thing for Sri Lanka's southernmost India. So be aware. And then Thursday night shows the cold grips again. And this time you have to handle some minus 26 in Siberia Friday morning, more spots in Russia and across Western Russia, more pockets of cold air. And then does show there in the Caucasus those negative temperatures as well. And pretty chilly across eastern Turkey to Azerbaijan. So be aware. And then Thursday, Friday still shows, especially China and the Middle East, the hottest areas. Central is China, some 37 to 38, Pakistan into India, spots in the Middle East. So stay safe. And southern India as well, those areas, even 35 or more. So That's Friday, Saturday. It shows the cold expanding a little bit into Mongolia and spots northern China, this big area of cold air across Russia, and then still hot in the Middle East, especially during the day, spots to some 41 to 43 degrees. And yeah, and still in China, especially during the hottest time of the day, some 39 to localized might feel like 40 degrees or even more. The heat index is so Sunday, Mondays still hot in China, very cold in Russia, and this trend continues and still hot in the Middle East, especially to next week. So stay safe, those temperatures as well, and humidity and everything. Industrial, like some wind gusts, especially those low pressure systems across eastern Russia, those areas. Be aware, those areas like across northern China, Mongolia, into South Korea, Japan, those winds, industrial, some gusty winds near the east coast of India from the depression there. Nothing too crazy, but slightly more wind than across the Himalayas as well. And as the tropical storm goes over the Philippines, it depends on the exact strength. This is the European models, and if this gets stronger than what the European model is showing, the gusts will also be stronger, likely spots more than 100. So be aware, Friday to Saturday shows still gusty spots central Himalayas, and then as this becomes a typhoon towards southern China, Hainan, shows even to like 136 km per gust, or might be even close to 140. So stay safe. Sunday into next Monday in northern Vietnam. So stay safe in those areas. Please be careful, and and also continue to monitor those low pressure systems across Russia and even the Bering Strait and those areas from our strong winds later in the month. Shows like still there in the Middle East, some strong winds, and does show that depression that is in India might strengthen slightly more in the Arabian Sea, but it doesn't show reaching land. It might just linger there and dissipate. It might get close to India again. So be aware. And the GFS shows like this goes further into the Arabian Sea and might dissipate later on, but might curve back into India, bring more rain by the 7th or something. So be aware. And this map shows potential freezing rain along with snow in the Himalayas, those areas. So be careful. So stay safe with all these weather systems and everything, and and always be careful. No, and also the swells generated from the tropical storms and everything. So stay safe.